So hello knowledge seekers, welcome to another video session of Fuzzy Scientist Vlog. So in this session we are going to learn about Rappaport-Lubering cycle. So which is an supplementary process in glycolysis, especially in RBC. That means red blood cells, which are also called as erythrocytes. So what does I mean by supplementary process? That means it is an enhanced step or an extra step, or simply put an additional step, which is predominantly observed in erythrocytes while they perform glycolysis. So in red blood cells, so what is the significance of Rappaport-Lubering cycle? So the significance of Rappaport-Lubering cycle is in the synthesis of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate. Okay, where is this 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate is produced? So if you remember properly, so in the entire sequence of glycolysis reactions, so usually G3P, which is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, converts to 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate. So this 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate uh, undergoes a dephosphorylation reaction, or you can also call it as the first substrate level phosphorylation in glycolysis to form 3-phosphoglycerate. So what happens basically in these erythrocytes, or say red blood cells, is that so this 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate is converted to 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate instead of 3-phosphoglycerate. Understand clearly. So 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate is converted to 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate in the presence of enzyme 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate mutase. I'm repeating it again. 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate mutase enzyme. So in the presence of this enzyme, 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate is converted to 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate, and the same 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate is converted is converted to say is converted to 3-phosphoglycerate, is converted to 3-phosphoglycerate. That means it is being directly converted to 3-phosphoglycerate in the presence of enzyme 2,3 bisphosphoglyceratase, in the presence of enzyme 2,3 bisphosphoglyceratase. So what is happening? So is there any difference between the dephosphorylation reaction occurring here, where here in the glycolysis the normal dephosphorylation reaction occurring in the glycolysis, that is conversion of 1,3 bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglycerate, and the conversion of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglycerate? What is the major difference between? So it's very simple. So here we observe generation of energy, and in this reaction we do not observe any generation of energy. That means no synthesis of ATP occurs when 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate is converted to 3-phosphoglycerate. Simply we observe uh, the inorganic phosphate being removed, or the phosphate being removed as inorganic phosphate from 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate molecule. So that is important here. So lately after many studies it has been observed that the enzyme 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate mutase is actually a bifunctional enzyme. That means like one active site of it performs phosphorylation, and the other active site of it performs dephosphorylation. So so in especially another important thing is like 15 to 25% of glycolysis which occurs in erythrocytes, so uh, usually performs this 2,3 bis usually involves the synthesis of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate. So we remember correctly. So that means 15 to 25% of glycolysis that occurs in erythrocytes usually involves the synthesis of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate. Okay, so what is the significance of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate molecule basically? So 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate molecule, so if you observe the reaction correctly, so we do not observe any ATP synthesis, while ATP synthesis in production of 2,3 bisphosphoglycerate, or its conversion to or its conversion to 3-phosphoglycerate. So that means we observe a step, removal of an energy synthesis step. So why is this important? So okay, when there is no need for energy in RBC or erythrocytes, so usually RBC so uptake or undergo this step. So when there is no need for energy in ATP, I mean in RBC, so RBC usually undergo this process of synthesis of 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and from there 3-phosphoglycerate is produced. So there we observe a bypass of a bypass of step for not producing energy, or simply say dissipate. This encourages dissipation of energy because we observe more consumption rather than production in this particular step. So the second significance for this 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate is, so it is not a waste molecule in hemoglobin. You have to understand very clearly. So its production in erythrocyte is very much involved with release of more oxygen for the tissue. So how this actually happens is, like the 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate, which is produced in the erythrocytes, goes and binds to the heme molecule oxyhemoglobin, so resulting in the release of oxygen to the tissues. So we observe this kind of condition majorly in hypoxia, when the person is in hypoxia, or when the person is in high altitude conditions, or in fetal tissues. And the other place, fetal tissues, hypoxic condition, and high altitudes. So these are the conditions, major conditions where we observe uh, this kind of process, like where this 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate goes and binds to the oxyhemoglobin molecule, making it to release more oxygen to the tissues whenever needed. And also the other significance is that, like, see, basically the synthesis of 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate in glycolysis, or simply put, so so from the second point itself we can or let me put it this way, from the second point itself we can interpret one thing is that, so the glycolysis in erythrocytes has a direct involvement in, say, release of oxygen for the tissues. Thus we can so if we, as more studies prove that, so if if the person is deprived of hexokinase, what happens is, like the glucose is not phosphorylated, and it results in low levels of 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate eventually. So that means the low levels of 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate makes the hemoglobin more affinity with oxygen. That means it doesn't have any other substrate of molecule which reduces its affinity for oxygen. That means the hemoglobin catches more oxygen. Whereas if you observe, like in some persons, like if a person is deprived of pyruvate kinase enzyme eventually, so uh, the concentration levels of 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate increases, which eventually results in uh, the binding of this 2,3-bisphosphoglycerate with the oxyhemoglobin molecule, and eventually resulting in the release of oxygen to the tissues. So this is the significance. So in the future videos where I'd be discussing about hemoglobin and porphyrins, I'd be sharing more about this where this lubering cycle, this Rappaport lubering cycle. So one important thing you have the first point I covered in the significance of glycolysis is that, like, it acts as so it helps in dissipating or wasting of energy when there is no need for ATP. Hence we can clearly tell that this Rappaport lubering cycle acts as a shunt pathway for glycolysis. So that is it for today. So I thank you all for watching my videos. Please do give me feedback in comments, or just let me, like, you can write a mail to me, which I'll be sharing very soon, an official mail for my Fuzzy Scientist vlog. So till then you can actually write in the comments if you need any particular topic, you want to know more about in any particular topic. I'll be sharing a video or that depending on your interest. So thank you for watching again Fuzzy Scientist vlog. See you.